Yeah. See, even just getting it started, there's a delay. Gotta love technology.
Oh, yeah.
All right. That's the post. Morning. Oh, there we go. Here we are. Okay.
Yay. Hello, hello.
I'm just working on a technical thing, but good morning. If you are here joining us, go ahead and let us know in the comments that you're here.
Let me see. I'm going to share this to my page. Okay.
Okay. There we go. We are tagged. We are ready. Technology is taken care of, at least for now. All right, everyone. So we are so excited to be here. I have had the pleasure of working with Katie now. When did you actually like sign up? Like, how long have you been using the products?
So I signed up in May.
Okay, that's what I thought. Yeah. So, but we're here. We're going to launch officially. We're going to launch this business. And Katie, I'm going to let Katie do most of the talking here, but I'm going to be here to kind of
Oh, great.
Just intervene, ask questions, keep it going. But I think it'd be great to start off with just tell everyone a little bit about your background and what it is that you do. And then we'll talk more about how this is fitting in with all of that.
Okay, cool. Okay, so I'm Katie. I am an online personal trainer. I also have 4 kids and 3 dogs. And my husband works very busy hours, so we're always busy. Health and wellness years ago. It was after Tucker was born, so I've kind of always been in it. And then I've been a personal trainer specifically online for about 3 years now. Okay. And I do it online because, one, I can't meet all of my clients face-to-face with my kids' schedules and their kids. And we're not all local. Like I had a client in Florida. I have a client in Chicago. So it's always, virtual. They could do it in their own house. I could do it in my own house. And a lot of my early morning calls, I'm in my pajamas. So.
And you didn't get affected then by the pandemic, really, because you were already online, which is awesome.
Correct. Yes. And my clients didn't have to worry about leaving the house, signing on to another gym membership, spending more money. It was just all with what they had. And it worked with them. So it was really nice.
That's awesome.
So yeah. And then I saw your pudding demo. I just randomly came across it, to be honest, one day. And it really caught my eye. And I was like, that's really interesting. Because I always suffer from belly bloat. Always. And I was like, okay, I'm going to do gluten-free. It kind of helps, but I still had that lingering bloat and it was just really annoying. So I saw your pudding demo and then I think I saw Lauren's as well. And I was like, what is going on? What am I missing? So then I really looked into it and I had never heard of the Trinot company.
Me neither.
So I looked into it. I looked into the products. I looked into the ingredients and you showing the demo and you really explaining the ingredients. Cause I'm not super scientific and what I mean? I don't have the whole lingo background with it, but you really explaining it into more depth. And then I really looked into the ingredients and I was like, okay, yes, that's what really snagged my attention.
Awesome.
So I started with that and the coffee, which tastes amazing. I have to have it every single morning and all I need is 1 cup and I'm good. Where I used to have an afternoon cup or I would just get the really cheap stuff that really didn't taste that great and it wasn't really good for me. And then also the collagen is a game changer as well.
Oh, the collagen's so amazing. And I have to say that when I started, it was the wholesaler fluid coffee and rich. But then when I started doing the research into collagen, I was like, I didn't even know. I mean, there's so much out there and there's so much that people don't know. It's just it's like a craze, but if you really look into it, you really need to be looking at where it's coming from. You really need to be looking at the sourcing of it and things like that. So
yeah,
I love your story about collagen and not only people think hair, skin, nails, but will you tell a little bit more about what it's done? Because you've had more than that help benefit from it.
Oh yeah. Yes. So yeah, I just posted this a couple days ago. I kind of accidentally did an experiment, right? So I kind of ran out of the collagen and I was like, well, let's see how it goes.
Yeah.
Like, let's see if it really makes a difference, right? So I went a few weeks without the collagen and the life. Those two are the enzyme. Those two major ones for a couple of weeks. I just wanted to see what a difference it was going to make, or if it was just like the placebo effect, you know?
Yeah, right.
So seriously, within that first week, my knee joints were killing me and my psoriasis flared up even worse. Like I always kind of have it like lingering around and that's my own fault, but it got really bad to the point where it was really itchy and it was starting to crack and bleed. Like it really got bad. And my knee joints were so bad. Like just a basic squat I couldn't do. Trying to sit down on the floor to play with Zoe hurt. I had to like help myself with the couch just to get down. Even trying to sit on the toilet to go to the bathroom, like that squatting position. I'm telling you, my knees were, it was hurting so bad. I'm like, this is ridiculous. So I got back on the collagen and the enzyme, and within 2 days, I was like, my knees are feeling better. My psoriasis flare-up is starting to diminish. Like it tremendously helped. And what also helped to kind of take the pain away, that edge off while I was, waiting for that shipment to come in, was the CBD spray. That really helped because I was like, oh yeah, hello, I could take that because I don't take over the counter stuff.
Nope.
I haven't touched that stuff in years. Yep. And I used to get really bad headaches. So, and funny thing, this morning I was like, oh, I'm starting to get a headache on. And I knew I'm jumping on here and I'm like, I'm going to get anxious. So I just took 4 sprays and I don't have a headache and I feel pretty good. So, yeah.
And that, I mean, the effectiveness of this, but I also like in the fact that, you want to make sure that it's doing what it's supposed to, right? And I was the same way. Like when I first took my first sample of the drops, I was like, this is only working because I want it to work. Like I need something so bad right now that this is working, but it's not. Like that's not what it is. Like it's truly working internally. And I like to emphasize, like for you, you're someone you're in the fitness industry, you're in the health industry, like you eat health, you eat well, you exercise regularly, things like that. Yeah. And you still have these underlying things. And that's because of what's going on inside. We can do all this stuff that's really, and you're eating well, but the sourcing of our food is different. The processing of our food is different. Like while we are eating vegetables, fruits, and things like that, that's one of the big reasons why we're growing our own garden is because we know exactly what the soil is like. We know what nutrients are going into the soil. We're on well, so we know what the water sourcing is, so that makes a huge difference. And then you combine that with these plant-based, clean sourced supplements. And unfortunately in America, you have to supplement. You're just not getting the nutrients that you're going to get just from food. It's just, if you are someone out there and if you're watching and you are one of those people that like eats raw and you've got all the nutrients you need from your food, oh my gosh, share that. Like,
seriously.
Where do you live? How do you do it?
Yeah, I know. And it's crazy because when you do grow your own garden, immediately you can tell the difference between what you for and what you grow. There's a big taste difference. And even my family members, I was like, here, take some tomatoes because I have an abundance. And they were like, oh my God, they taste so different. They taste way better than store-bought. Like, I know, it's crazy.
Our cucumbers have been that way this year. Like we went crazy with cucumbers and they were huge and the skin on them tasted different. And the kids, they were like, I've got 2 really, really picky eaters. And I gave them, they always have to try something, right? So they were trying it. And my oldest was like, Mom, this really tastes different. And I'm like, yes, this is why we're doing this. So like it does. And it's great because kids are going to be honest. Kids aren't going to
They're very brutally honest. Yes.
They're not just going to tell you what you want to hear. Like you got to know. That they're telling the truth at that point. So yeah, that makes a really big difference. So, okay. So you're loving the products, you're feeling the difference. Yes. Now you're not a stranger to network marketing. So tell a little bit about that, like your previous experience compared to how this has been for you.
So my previous experience was a while ago. It was 5 years ago that I started with a different company. And at first it was exciting, but at the same time, it felt spammy.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, I'll stick with it. I'll try it out. We'll kind of like see how it goes. But it felt very spammy. There was definitely a lack of support, and I had to do a lot of researching and stuff on my own. Whereas here, I love that there's these weekly webinars that I can just plug some potential customers into.
Yeah.
Instead of me word vomiting this long message trying to explain everything. And
Right.
I'm still learning, so I don't know as much as the people that have been in here longer. So that was a really big difference because, you know, you hear network marketing and I'm like, it's going to be like the same as last time. But it's not. This is completely different. This is very helpful, and I can plug in, you know, people that are interested in like watch this webinar or watch this replay to your convenience, write down notes. I mean, you can take your time with it, and you're not having to sit here and digest this word vomit of a message that I'm sending you, and then it doesn't make sense and it turns people off.
Right, for sure. For sure.
Yeah, so that was the big thing. I was like, okay, I could do it. And to be honest, at first, when I did join in May, I really wanted to test out the products first. Yeah. I'm not going to send somebody info if I haven't tested it and 100% see how it works, because I've had other companies that are like, will you be an ambassador for this product? Well, let me look into this product. And I had to say no, because there is just too many chemicals, too many dyes. And like, I'm not going to take it. I'm not going to recommend someone else to take it.
Right.
So I really had to really see if these products worked. And that's why I'm doing this whole launch now, because I've seen like this really, really works. Yeah. And when I did that experiment for those couple weeks, for me to not work out was pretty awful. I work out 6 to almost 7 days a week. And for me to be in pain and I can't work out, I was feeling pretty miserable.
Yeah. Yeah. That's like an integral part of your life. Like that, you know, that's not fun for that to go away. Yeah. And I did the exact same thing. Like when I had a product experience, I knew it helped. It felt better. Right. Yeah. But at the same time, I was like, well, just because I feel better doesn't mean that like, this is going to make, you know, so like that was exactly how I started too. And I did. And I plugged people in for 5 months. I took longer than you did.
Okay.
I plugged people into other people's stuff for 5 months, and I had done the research. I just was like, I needed to mentally get there, right? Like because again, I've been in the network marketing world and I have had really good experiences. I think was part of the same company that you were and didn't have a great experience there. Yeah. But I've been part of other companies where the support is there and the mentorship is there, but I didn't have the attachment to or the excitement of what the products were doing. Like they worked, they were great. Yeah. But I don't wear makeup. Like, no. Yeah, I get mascara on. My hair looks like this most days. Like, you know what I mean? So like I needed this really was different for me because of my background and just knowing that like people need health products. They need good health products. And health supplements are only, like we said, a part of your whole overall health, but they're also really important. And the quality of them is super important. Super important.
And I love that there's such a big variety, because at my last company, very, very limited. Yeah. So with this, there's a big variety, because I just helped 2 lovely ladies yesterday, and they ordered completely different orders, because they have different things that they want to help improve. They have different goals. So having such a wide variety is amazing, because you can reach more people and help more people, and you're not feeling stuck in one lane, you know?
Right. Right. And now we just launched the meal replacement, like protein shake, which, okay. Do you want to talk a little bit about that? And that, like, in your experience of looking at, like, cause you recommend protein shakes in your personal training. So you want to talk a little bit about that in particular? Yes.
So, okay. I've tried a lot. Some of them were really good, but the ingredients weren't there. They had weird artificial sweeteners in it. There was a dye in it. They had like a corn syrup in it. There's others that really just did not taste good. Were very chalky. You know what I mean? Or there was some that like, the ingredients are great, but it is way too expensive and you are not getting, you know, more bang for your buck. You're getting such a small amount and it's so out of price, you know, so that turns a lot of people off as well. So seeing these ingredients is awesome. And it's not only just a meal replacement shake, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yes, it's going to help your gut. But the fact that it's going to improve your skin from the inside out, I was like, what? I've never heard of that. That was pretty freaking cool. I gotta be honest. So there was a really big difference with the protein shakes. So this Nourish is pretty exciting for the brownie batter and the coconut cream. Like my kids are excited as well because I'm going to be making more protein bites.
There you go.
Oh my God. Honestly, I'm going to be lucky if they last 2 days. My kids demolish them. They're great.
I saw that. I've got to make those. I have to make those.
I'm not kidding. I mean, they all know what's in it. They help me make them. Even Zoe, who's 3, she'll demolish them too.
Okay.
Oh yeah. So after school, if they know it's in the fridge, they go for it. Or if I put it in their lunch, I know they're going to eat it.
Yeah.
But seriously, if it's 2 days and it's still in the fridge, that's a miracle.
I'm so excited to try that. I hadn't thought about that, but when I saw you post about that, I was like, oh, that's genius. Like that's so important. And so, and this is the little bit of science in me, you know, I'll talk a little bit about
because I'm not into that lingo. So you go.
So listening, so Dr. Fifi, part of the scientific advisory board, she presented at convention on it. And I remember I was just sitting there like on the edge of my seat listening to her. Like I was like I was just blown away. And there was one of our team members was sitting next to me and she goes, what did she just say? I have no idea. But the biggest, the thing that, you know, I think anyone can connect to is the fact that the protein source is a prebiotic fiber. So it's going to help your gut create the good bacteria. So it's not just replacing. It's not just like you've got to be on it because, you know, it needs to put it back into you. No, it's actually going to help your body create what it needs. And that's something that I think that I know I've noticed with all of these products. Like I started at a higher level of taking like more of them or the exact dosing recommended. But with each, I've been able to reduce or I've been able to go without for maybe like a day or two and notice a difference. Whereas before without them, you know, good luck. Like I was miserable.
Yeah.
So they're actually literally helping your body create what it needs. So that's the first part of it. But the structure is different. Like the chemical structure, the molecular structure of it's called galacto-oligosaccharide is the full name, GOS. It is structurally similar to something called HMO that is only found in breast milk. So HMO is something that's only found in breast milk. So when children are breastfed, it helps to create the gut. And I have not looked into this, but like I was lucky enough, and I know not all moms can, and I get that, but like I also started thinking about the connection, right? So like I was lucky enough to be able to breastfeed my first 2, but my third one, I was not producing enough. So after 6 months, we had to switch to formula. My third child has the worst gut issues. Like he was the one that we needed Enrich for, that we were doing. I mean, when I first found Enrich, it wasn't just for me, it was for him too, because I was doing suppositories and we were doing, I mean, it was bad.
Oh no.
And so when they started explaining this compound that's in breast milk and what it does to the gut, I was like, oh my goodness. Like, I mean, just in my 3 kids, it's an experiment of itself. 2 were, 1 wasn't, you know?
Yeah.
And so, so that's what this protein in the shake is as similar as you're going to get to this compound found in breast milk. And that's why it's so important for your gut, is because it helps to basically like line your gut, heal your gut, you know, so you think about leaky gut syndrome and things like that. So it's really cool. And it's patented. And she is the scientist behind the like discovery of it. And because she's a researcher and a scientist and she's also a nutritionist and all that, she has clinical studies to go along with it.
Oh, nice.
So, she's done clinical research. So like when she says it like helps your skin, she's got the clinical research to show that it actually will help to reduce photosensitivity. So it actually protects your skin from the sun by working from your inside out. Like I was like, that's pretty cool. Like that's pretty cool. So the photosensitivity, the hyperpigmentation. So, if you've got dark spots, which a lot of us develop, especially moms after pregnancies, things like that, dark spots, redness. So if you're someone with like rosacea or, things like that, it'll help to reduce that. It doesn't help if you're dumb and forget sunscreen in Mexico, like that. That's just stupid tax. Like that's what I've got going on right now. But it does help with just redness that you have, in general. So yeah, it's, and I've always talked about the gut brain axis and how your gut health directly impacts your mental health and your brain health. Yeah. Well, this was all about the gut skin axis, and that makes sense too. Yes. You'll hear people as you're healing your gut, oh, I'm developing acne, or I'm developing, and it's like, no, you're not. Your body's literally excreting the crap that it needs to get rid of, and it's coming out through your skin. But as you continue to heal, that's going to go away too.
Yep. Your skin is telling you something is wrong on the inside, and it is showing you and getting it out.
Yes.
Yeah.
Sure. Same with like psoriasis, and things like that. And so that was one of the things that she actually talked about, was the complement of the shake with the collagen, because the collagen gets right underneath that epidermal layer to help with, skin firmness, plumpness, wound healing, those types of things. But when you combine it with the gut healing that's going on with the shake, you've got this like superpower of gut skin, supplement. So it was really interesting to like listen to it from her perspective.
Awesome.
Yeah. So totally went off on a tangent there, but I'm super excited about
that's awesome. Totally fine.
About this shake. Like it's, I had gone away completely from meal replacement shakes because of, all the things you said. Yes. And I was real skeptical when it came out. I was like, oh, that's what we're launching.
I know, because you just don't know, because there's so much other crap in the other ones.
Yeah.
Or they're too expensive, or if you're like, oh, I found a really cheap one. Well, you get what you pay for.
Yeah. Right.
So,
right. Yeah. Well, and the cool thing too is that, and I'll just touch on this a little, is within it, the vitamins and minerals, the vitamins are all plant-based, plant and food-based. So you're still getting the vitamin C from acerola cherries. The minerals are chelated. So the minerals are still the most bioavailable form. Before starting with this company, I had no idea what chelated mineral meant. Like I had never heard that word, but I was being told by my doctors to take all these minerals, to help with my health diagnoses. And I was like, chelated minerals are like the key. Like you need that for your body to absorb it. Otherwise, you're just excreting it out. You're not actually digesting any of it. So the chelated minerals, the vitamins, and then all this other goodness that goes along with it. Like it's got the proteolytic enzymes in there. So a lot of people, sometimes when it comes to protein, right, in general, we have trouble breaking down protein. And I could go into a whole thing, but most of the time it's because you're missing that enzyme to digest the protein. Well, the proteolytic enzymes are going to pair with this product as you're drinking it and help your body break down the protein so you actually absorb it in, like, as you're drinking it. Like,
awesome.
They're so intentional with how they create these things.
It's great.
Yeah.
It really is. It really is great.
All right. So we talked a little bit about products. We talked about kind of what brought you here. Is there anything that you want to touch on as far as like highlighting? Like, I know we just highlighted the Nourish, which.
Yeah. So, I do want to highlight, so like my staples, I kind of already said, of course, the Mojo, I got to have it every day.
And what have you found? So you talked about how with Mojo, you're down from like multiple cups to a single cup. What do you think?
So I used to have probably 3, and I would always just drink it black. Like I used to be a heavy cream person, and then eventually went down to black.
Right.
So I was a little skeptical because I'm like, it's just another coffee.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You can definitely taste, there's a taste difference for sure.
Yep.
It's very, very good. I'm excited. I haven't tried the creamer yet, but I actually just ordered it. So I'm really excited to try the creamer with it because I'm not a creamer person. I don't do cream and sugar. I do black.
Yep.
And then like, so if I do go out and get just like, I'm not going to name names, but just a black coffees from somewhere else. And I'm like, ugh, this isn't good. And I just paid $5 for this.
Yes. So the creamer is really good because it's got those healthy fats in it for you. So like, that's what I love about it. And it's not sweet. So like, if you're a black coffee drinker, you can add the creamer and you're still not getting that like additional sweetness to it.
Yeah. And I was reading the ingredients in there too. And I was, because they had the amino acids in it too. And I was like, ooh, all right, speaking my language. Yes. So yeah, I'm very excited to have that in there as well. Yeah. And it's nice just to have 1 cup and then I'm good for the day. And I don't take pre-workout anymore. I used to be a pre-workout girl and I would do, the scoop and I would feel a little jittery, like the itch, you know what I mean? Like, ooh, it's time to go. So now I just take the Techno Boost and it's just that nice little boost of energy and my heart isn't racing. I'm not getting that itchy feeling, but I'm ready to go. And when I would used to take the other pre-workout scoops, I could not take it before cardio. It would make me ill.
Oh.
Yes. I could only take it for my lifting.
Okay.
So with the Techno Boost, I can take it and do cardio and I'm fine. I don't feel ill. Awesome. I just have like this nice boost of energy. I'm ready to go. I'm ready to rock my workout and I don't have the crash after.
Right. Right.
So it's really, really, really nice. I really like having that as my pre-workout alternative now and not have to do a scoop or an crappy energy drink or another coffee. Like this is a really great alternative. So if anybody out there that does a pre-workout or the energy drinks, try the Techno Boost. It really does make a difference.
It does, for sure. For sure.
Yes. And then another thing that like the collagen I can't live without, but the spray, this really stocked in my cabinet forever. I just did live yesterday because it was a time of the month and I explained because I didn't take this before and it just dawned on me the other day and I was like, man, my cramps suck today. And I was like, oh my God, I can take this. Hello. If I take it for my headaches and it's fine. And I took it for this. Within 10 minutes, my cramps were gone. My lower back pain was gone. I had 0 headache. Yeah. And then I also took the enzyme because I'm like, you feel bloating by that time of the month.
Oh my gosh.
Was gone. And I didn't have to take anything else the rest of the day. I took the 4 sprays, my 2 enzymes, and I was good. And it was all natural. I'm not popping pills constantly like I used to. I would take, the over-counter stuff and then 4 hours later, I was feeling crappy and I had to pop it in again. Like it. Right. I haven't touched it in years.
I love that. So yesterday I fell down the stairs. Literally. I don't know if you can see, but like.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah. So it was our stairs are slippery. They're super hard. Our house is made in 1910. Like I had socks on and I just.
Oh no.
But yesterday, all I did was I rubbed some of the drops on my arm and I did the proteolytic enzyme every 2 hours all day yesterday. And I was able to get up and work out this morning.
Oh, nice.
Yesterday, I wouldn't have been able to. Like I needed to
chill.
Rest. Yeah. But I truly believe that something like that, like this would probably look a lot worse. Like it would feel a lot worse. So I love having that natural alternative and not turning to pharmaceuticals.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. Because me and meds don't mix.
Yeah.
And I used to have terrible headaches and I would try different medicines. I tried different prescriptions and I would have all the side effects. I would feel even worse. Ugh. So I haven't touched meds in a very long time. My body does not agree.
Right. Right. Well, and I'll highlight real quick. So this spray that Katie is talking about. So it is, it's called a whole flower fluid spray. I have a really hard time calling it a CBD spray because it's not. But CBD is what people know. People understand they see CBD. The reason it's not that is because it's whole plant. You're getting more than just CBD. CBD is one cannabinoid of over 100 in the plant. And with this, you're getting anywhere from 9 to 10 or more cannabinoids in the fluid. And then the other thing to know is that it's not oil. It's a water compatible. It dissolves fast. It's a 60 to 90% absorption rate. So that's why you feel it so quickly. If you are someone who's tried oils and they haven't worked, or maybe they have, but you're going through droppers full a day, multiple times a day to get it to work, it's because your body has to break down that fat first, that oil, in order to get to the CBD. And so this, you don't have to do that. Your body's made of water. It recognizes it, absorbs it. You feel it nearly instantly. So I think that's a really important distinction to make as far as like why this works over other ones.
Yes, because I saw your CBD fluid demo as well. And it was like a light bulb. You're like, oil and water do not mix.
Right.
We are made up of how many percent of water? Right. You know, they are not going to mix very well. And I was like, light bulb, duh, that makes complete sense. Right. So having it a water base, of course, our body is going to absorb it a lot faster and it's going to work more efficiently with our body. Yeah. That was.
And if you're someone that has a gut issue, like I would say probably 90% of those people that have any kind of gut issue, whether it's an intolerance to something, IBS, Crohn's, you name it, you likely have an issue digesting fats too.
Yeah.
So if you think about trying to digest an oil, you got to break down the oil to get to the good. You're not going to. You're just not.
Yeah.
Is that Zoe?
Yeah, she found me.
No.
No, your shoes are on right. You can say hi real quick.
Hi.
Okay, go watch your show. Thank you. I knew she's going to join me sometime.
Did you see mine like run behind and like try to hide?
Yeah.
So that was a big thing for me because I had tried. I was at the dispensary trying to get stuff to help, and you know, regardless of how great the quality of the plant was or anything like that, my body was not digesting oil. Like it just wasn't.
Yeah. So, and I was like very skeptical about it. I was like the typical, like, oh, it's some hippie crap, you know, like whatever. But then I was like reading more into it. And I'm like, I know a family member has really bad anxiety. So we're just going to try it out and see. And immediately had an amazing effect. And then I was taking it as well. I'm like, because I suffer from headaches. And it seriously nips it in the butt within 10 minutes. It's great. And then lasts. It lasts. I have to keep doing it. It really lasts all day.
Yeah. And that's what's awesome is that like, not only does it work the first time, but it's not something you necessarily have to repeat. It works and it stays within your body and does what it's supposed to. And
yes.
Yeah. Which is awesome. Awesome. Yeah. Okay. So we've got Mojo, we've got pre-workout boost. Collagen's just a must have because you just need that. We're a collagen deficient society. Like you just need it.
Yeah.
And you need liquid. Don't do the powder.
No. You want the liquid. Trust me. The powder is clumpy. The absorption rate is not where it's going to be. And it's just clumpy and gross. You want the liquid. I'm telling you, it's a game changer. If I don't have this, I feel like a 90-year-old woman. I need this.
Right. And interesting, as I've done additional research into collagen, you know, you think hair, skin, nails. We've now touched on the fact that it's going to help gut and arteries a little bit because of the different types. And when your body is efficiently breaking down your collagen, there's an amino acid in there that's also going to help with blood flow. And it's a nitric oxide precursor. So nitric oxide, not only does it help your blood flow in your arteries, it's protective in the brain. So it'll help improve sleep. It'll help improve like mental capacity, focus, all that kind of stuff. So again, the effectiveness, the quality, how your body is utilizing it is so important. Collagen just is a game changer. Total game changer. And then the spray. So you've talked about the spray. We've got it in spray and drops. The difference between the spray and the drops, the spray has mint and cinnamon.
Yes.
So if you're not someone that likes it to taste like a plant, because it does, the drops definitely do.
Yeah, the drops are a little bit of stronger taste. They both work very well.
Yes.
Me personally, I just prefer the spray.
Right.
It's just a personal preference.
And people are, they go back and forth. Some people like, which one they like. And we actually keep both in our house. So like we've got access to either. So, all right. So any other product that you feel like, and we talked about Nourish, obviously, like we went, about that.
Yeah. So definitely Nourish.
Oh, and Enrich.
Yes, Enrich. I got to have that for the belly bloat and the gut issues so that I can eat my food and not feel instantly bloated and awful. So that really helps. I take 2 before lunch and 2 before dinner, and it's completely fine. And I notice if I miss it, I notice and my stomach is like in a knot, and it doesn't matter what I eat. Like it could be a salad. Right. And it's just kind of in a knot. So this definitely helps it break down, digest easily, and I'm not bloated. So yeah. Yes.
Yeah. Well, awesome. Okay. And so last thing, so you've been personal training for, you said 3 years.
Yeah.
So how do you feel like this is going to kind of optimize the business you already have going?
Well, it's going to be really great for my clients because yes, you can work out all you want, but you are not going to work out bad nutrition habits. You know what I mean? So having like the enzyme can definitely help them break down the food, even if it's like slightly processed. Like if you go out and have a piece of pizza, you're not going to feel completely awful. So I have incorporated that with some of my clients. The collagen has also been incorporated with some of my clients because they do have some joint issues.
Yeah.
So I definitely have recommended that. And I recommended the CBD for relieving the joint pain.
Yes.
So
absolutely.
yes, my clients are definitely enjoying these products as well.
And were you recommending supplements before? Like, were you?
Not necessarily because I haven't done a whole lot of research into that. And then like you're kind of limited on some of the products that you do want to recommend just because of the ingredients that are in it. I mean, yes, there is a lot out there, but a lot of it isn't as optimal as it should be.
Right. And I think it's important, one of the things that this company is really trying to do is just be transparent. Like there are no fillers, there are no synthetics. It is all plant-based, whole food, and down to their packaging. Like there's no BHA, there's no BHT, there's no parabens, like down to their and they have made a promise that regardless of, what happens in the world, they are going to do their best to source and make sure that they are clean. They have these certified good manufacturing practices. So they test everything for metals, heavy metals, toxins, pesticides, all of that. So again, with the coffee, so much coffee has all of that in it because of where it's sourced from. And it's coffee is heavily sprayed, for pesticides and things like that. They're guaranteeing there's none of that. And they have it, the CBD, they have it on the website. I can tell you exactly how many cannabinoids are in it because I've looked at their certificate that shows exactly what's in it. And you don't find that other places. You might be able to call and get through support and, but you don't find it just clear as day on the website. Here you go. Here's where it's coming from. And it's United States based. So we're not outsourcing. We're not importing. Even the collagen, which comes from the grass-fed cattle, they're raised and it's, from the US. One of the things I learned when I was researching was that so much of the powdered collagen, yes, it's family run farms, or yes, it's grass-fed cattle, but it's other countries and it's being imported and you don't know what, like their standards to ours, who knows, and I know a lot of other countries have higher standards than ours. I get that too, but like, you still don't really know what's being done. And a lot of the different companies here are using the same source, but then changing it up just enough so that they can put a different label on it. And that's not the case with ours. So I really feel proud and able to stand behind the packaging, the ingredients, the sourcing, all of that. So
Oh yes. These tremendous difference with whatever I used to be taking.
Yeah.
And I can like stand behind this and really recommend this because they really do work. And the ingredients are amazing.
Yeah.
I'm not going to put something in my body that's full of chemicals and dyes and then recommend it to someone else. That would be awful. And no, our body isn't meant to work with that.
Right.
It's meant to work with more natural products.
Yeah. And these are grown outside in the sun, like California, Utah sun, like it's all out in the, it's more West Coast based, but like that was a big thing. Like it's not grown in a lab under synthetic light even. It's grown outside and, they're testing the soil just like we were talking about with gardening. Like they get that, they get that. And that's what they're doing too. So I think that's really great. Well, I am super excited for you. I think this is really great. I'm so excited that my pudding demo came across your
I know, it's amazing. Yeah, definitely caught my eye.
And I know like right before all that we had connected because you had moved and, we're getting more land and so were we. And so it was really cool to have been connecting on that. And then, this was just another avenue of connection. So that was really cool. So, well, I'm super excited for you. Guys, if you've been watching, great. Thank you so much. I know we've got to come in here. And Sarah, seriously, she was saying how college, she ran out of her collagen and she thought like, I'll be okay. And now she's like, no, I need my collagen. So like, it's a thing. It
is. It needs to be stocked at all times.
Yeah. We don't go. I always make sure like, because my husband uses it. So like once we're down to 2 bottles, I order. Like that's my cue because I don't ever want to run out of it. So like 2 bottles on, 2 bottles in order. Like that's all.
Oh yeah. And in both flavors. I'm a fan of both. I like to alternate.
There you go.
It just depends on my mood in the day.
Right. So if you end up watching the replay, let us know if you've got questions for Katie or myself, drop them in the comments. We'd be happy to answer them. If you're interested, if something has, piqued your interest, definitely reach out. We didn't even touch on the fact that there is a business side to this, but neither of us started for that reason. We both started for the products. And so that's what we really wanted to highlight here. But if you are looking for a way to bring a little bit of extra income to your family, the business opportunity here really is unreal. And for, her and I both having experience in the market, it's a game changer in that side of it too. So
you don't have to constantly jump through hoops to get to a certain goal. It is right from the beginning, which was like unheard of.
Yeah.
The last company I was like constantly, I hit this. You got to keep going.
Yeah.
It wasn't right away. And I was like, what? I just worked your butt off.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. You start feeling, you see the results of sharing this with people from the get-go, from the moment you start sharing, the first customer you get, and then, what it can do as far as like the first level, like I just talked about Mexico. I was at the first level of the company. I wasn't, I didn't have a huge team. I wasn't like tons of levels up. I wasn't at, diamond status or anything. I was at the first level of the company and earned a trip to Mexico with my husband. And I was like, what?
And that's unheard of because that's like not a thing in a lot of the other companies. So for it to be at the first level is pretty amazing.
Yeah. And it's totally doable. I mean, you talked about, you've got 4 kids, you run an online business. I got 4 kids. I homeschool, and so it's doable. I've got people on my team that are teachers, nurses, like it's doable based on what you're doing. So we'll just kind of throw that out there at the end. And if you guys are interested, let us know. We'd be happy to talk to you more about that. But I hope everyone has a wonderful rest of your day. And it's Friday Junior. So happy.
I know, it's already Thursday. Woohoo.
I love it. I love it. All right.